So here we have a Game Boy Micro. I purchased this off eBay recently. It was a holy grail item of mine. Always wanted to own one. Just never got around to it when it was out. Came out at a weird time. The DS had just came out, and I think people were pretty obsessed with handheld graphics, looking as 3D as they possibly could. This wasn't cutting it, and it also released at the time of like companies trying to shrink down their tech, much like the iPod Nano. I believe these released pretty much the same month in the same year. I could be mistaken about that, but generally around the same time. So this one was in brand new condition. I purchased it off a online seller. I have already broken the seals simply because I needed to make sure that the serial numbers matched. Otherwise, this video would be pointless. So here is the box art. I think a lot of people are used to seeing these maybe in like the boxes that have the open window concept on the front, where you can see the actual unit. Has a couple faceplates. This one is just the device itself, which is kind of nice. I probably would never change the silver faceplate anyway, so felt like a logical choice to me. All right, so yeah, let's take a look at the contents inside. This is the North American release. This video is being filmed in America, so I figured I'd like my tech to be just appropriate to where I live. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Okay, so open it up. The first thing we're gonna find here is the charger. Nothing too crazy about it. It does have that little retractable type, which is nice. Makes it a little more convenient, easy to carry around. Other than that, just a pretty standard charger. Alright. Additionally, we have all of these cool little inserts here. One of them, in fact, being a pouch that you can carry the micro in. It's kind of like a velvety, microfiber-ish feel to it. On the inside, it's got the Game Boy Micro logo along with the model number. It's pretty cool. Other than that, there's no details on the outside that would alert you to the fact that this is a Nintendo Game Boy, which I think is what I really like about this console, is that it feels like one of the few consoles that's truly portable. If I bust this thing out on the train or in a bar somewhere, standing in line, I don't think anyone would bat an eye. Whereas like with newer devices, they tend to be kind of big and stand out very colorfully. Yeah, so that's the pouch there. The registration. Apologies if you hear the cars. I'm filming this by a window in the game room. I actually might see what happens if I try to do this. Might try to register this online. Just different languages, really. Alright. Next, we have a pretty cool booklet featuring different games that you could purchase on the Game Boy Advance. You can see the SP up here at the top. I really enjoy these because I feel like a lot of effort goes into these and they just end up getting thrown away. But it's a shame because the artwork in here is really nice. You get some bespoke written descriptions about the game itself. A few previews of what that would look like. And then this one's it's just filled with different games, which is cool. Sorry about the glare there. Minish Cap, which I own and have specifically held off until owning a micro to play, so I'm really excited to finally experience that. I don't own a Pokemon game for the GBA, but it feels kind of essential. Despite the price, I might have to bite the bullet at some point. I don't think I've ever actually played through a full one. Always love the Wario renders. That's it for that. We have the subscribe to Nintendo Power pamphlet. Also just in different languages. After that, nothing too exciting. Just the healthy and safety booklet, which is like poster style. Nothing crazy there. And the instruction booklet, which is always looks way thicker than it actually is. It's just the same manual in different languages. Might sound dumb, but I always appreciate a crisp manual. I don't know, I love my equipment to be in pristine condition. I'm just kind of weird that way. And then let's take a look at the actual device itself. As I mentioned, I did crack this seal before to ensure that the serial numbers matched. They did in fact match. But if that wasn't enough to give away the condition of this thing, should be. Whew, man. And that is just pristine. Not a single mark or scuff on that, and that includes the shoulder buttons up here. Wow. It's rare that you see these in general, but specifically the North American versions, most of the time you see them online, they're the Japanese versions. But it's rare to see a North American one in this condition. Man, it's such a beautiful device in my opinion. I think this is one of the coolest pieces of hardware Nintendo ever made. Underrated in every sense of the definition. If you look, the cartridge slot is also just completely minty. Nothing has been slotted in there. And that is because while I intend to use this, it unfortunately has a battery that has not been used or charged in 17 years. And as a result, that is no longer working. Charged it for about an hour or so, got nothing on it. But I've already ordered a replacement, which is nice, should be here in a couple days. And looking forward to testing this thing out. I've already purchased a couple of things just to look at it through the lens of this Game Boy, specifically because the screen is smaller, so the pixel density makes everything just look magnificent. And I'm very much looking forward to experiencing even games I've already played on this device, because they'll take on a whole new life essentially. So yeah, that is the Game Boy Micro. Hope you enjoyed.